Good afternoon, students. I'm Professor Julie Vadil, Assistant Professor, Department of Processing and Food Engineering, KK Engineering and Technology, Nashik. Today we are going to study on causes of food spoilage. The first, before that, study of causes for food spoilage. The important term is food spoilage. The food spoilage is defined as the damage or injury to food rendering it unsuitable for human consumption. It must be considered spoiled if it is contaminated with pathogenic microorganisms or various poisonous agents such as pesticides, heavy metals, etc. Then this table shows storage life of some foods: raw beef, raw fish, raw poultry, dried salted or smoke. Then smoked meat and fish. Then fresh fruits, dried fruits, leaf vegetables, root crops, and dried seeds. Okay, so these are storage life of a particular product at 21 degrees Celsius. Okay. Then causes of food spoilage. The number of factors, number of causes of food spoilage. First is growth and activity of microorganisms, including bacteria, yeast, and molds are microorganisms that cause food spoilage. They produce various enzymes that decompose the various constituents of food. The enzyme activity at the time of generally action of enzymes found inherently in plant or animal tissues start the decomposition of various food components of the death of plant or animals. Then chemical reactions, these are the reactions that are not catalyzed by enzymes, that is oxidation of fat. Then also vermin includes weevils, ants, rats, cockroaches, birds, larval stages of some insects. Okay, the vermin generally important due to acidic aspect of their presence, possible transmission of pathogenic agents, and consumption of food. And then another causes is physical changes. These include those changes caused by freezing, burning, drying, and pressure. Okay, so microbial spoilage of food, bacteria, yeast, and molds are the major causes of food spoilage. They produce various enzymes that decompose the various constituents of food. Including in microbial spoilage of food, the molds are the major causes of spoilage of foods with reduced water activity. Example: dry cereals and cereal product. And bacteria also spoil foods with relatively higher water activity, such as milk and products. Then number of sources of microorganisms in food. The primary sources of microorganisms in food, including soil and water, plant and plant products, food utensils, intestinal tract of man and animals, food handlers, animal hides and skins, air and dust. Okay, the factors affecting microbial growth in food. The first is factor is intrinsic factor. So these are inherent in the food. They include hydrogen ion concentration, means pH, moisture content, nutrient content of the food, antimicrobial substances, and biological structures. Okay. The first intrinsic factor is hydrogen ion concentration. The most bacteria grow best at neutral or weakly alkaline pH, usually between 6.8 and 7.5. So some bacteria can grow within narrow pH range of 4.5 and 9. Example: Salmonella. Also, all the microorganisms, especially yeast and molds, and some bacteria grow within a wide pH range. Examples: molds grow between 1.5 to 11, while yeast grow between 1.5 and 8.5. Okay. This figure shows pH values of some food products like beef, milk, cheese, fish, fruits, and vegetables, and these are ranges of pH values. Okay. The microorganisms that are able to grow in acid environment are called acidophilic microorganisms. Okay, means generally acid environment. Okay, means microorganisms that are able to grow in acid environment. These are acidophilic microorganisms. These microorganisms are able to grow at pH of around 2. Okay, these 10 molds grow under acid conditions generally. Other microorganisms such as Vibrio cholera are sensitive to acids and prefer alkaline conditions. Okay, the most bacteria have skill in strong acid or strong alkaline environment except mycobacteria. This figure means the table shows a minimum and maximum pH for growth of some specific microorganisms. The microorganisms, number of microorganisms, Salmonella, all bacteria, molds, yeast, their minimum and maximum range of pH generally suitable for growth of some specific microorganisms. Then also important factor is moisture content. The effect of moisture is in terms of water activity, amount of free water in food medium generally. The amount of free water is important for growth of microorganisms. If there is a lack of this free water, microorganisms will not grow. The water activity means generally it is defined as vapor pressure of food substance to that of water at the same temperature. Okay, means vapor pressure of food substance to that of water at the same temperature. This ratio is called as water activity. The water activity is therefore equal to 1. Okay, means food products have water activity of less than 1. So saturated salt solution has water activity of 0.75, and salting and drying reduces the water activity of food product. Okay. The generally growth of microorganisms is greatly affected by the level of water activity in the food. The inhibition of growth occurs if the water activity for food is lowered beyond an organism's minimum level of water activity that is necessary for growth. Okay. The microorganisms have a varied minimum water activity requirements that supports their growth in food. This table shows minimum water activity that supports growth of some microorganisms like Clostridium botulinum, Bacillus cereus, Salmonella species, Penicillium species, osmotic yeast. Okay, and these are water activity. Okay, generally these range favorable for growth of various organisms, microorganisms. Then nutrient content of the food. This is also intensive factor. The microorganisms require proteins, carbohydrate, lipids, water, nitrogen, sulfur, phosphorus, vitamins, minerals for growth. Okay. The various foods have specific nutrients that help in microbial growth. The foods such as milk, meat, and eggs contain number of nutrients that are required by microorganisms, and these foods are hence susceptible to microbial spoilage. Then antimicrobial substances also used in food inhibit microbial growth. The time various foods have inherent antimicrobial substances that prevent microbial attack. Okay, the such inhibitors are like lactinine, anticoliform factors in milk, and lysozyme in eggs. Okay, then also important biological structures in some foods have biological structures that prevent microbial entry. For example, meat has fascia, skin, and other membranes that prevent microbial entry. Also, eggs have a cell and inner membranes that prevent yolk and egg white from infection. Okay, and second factor is extrinsic factors. Okay, the number of factors external to the food that affect microbial growth. They include temperature of storage, presence and concentration of gases in the environment, and third is relative humidity of food storage environment. The first extrinsic factor is temperature. The growth of microorganisms is affected by environmental temperature. The various microorganisms are able to grow at certain temperatures and not others. Generally, bacteria can therefore be divided into the following groups depending upon their optimum temperature of growth. The first, generally xerophilic microorganisms. So these are grow best at about 20 degrees Celsius, but also down to minus 10 degrees Celsius in unfrozen medium. Psychrophilic bacteria can cause food spoilage at low temperatures, and several microorganisms found in soil and water belong to this group. Second, bacteria is mesophilic bacteria. So these organisms generally grow between 25 degrees Celsius and 40 degrees Celsius with an optimum growth temperature close to 37 degrees Celsius. Some such as Pseudomonas aeruginosa may grow at even lower temperatures between 5 to 43 degrees Celsius. Okay, none of the mesophilic bacteria are able to grow below 5 degrees Celsius or above 45 degrees Celsius. And also, most pathogen bacteria belong to this group. Okay, mesophilic bacteria. Then third, thermophilic bacteria. So these are grow at temperature above 45 degrees Celsius. Often their optimum growth temperature is between 50 degrees Celsius and 70 degrees Celsius. The growth of some bacteria occur at 80 degrees Celsius. And generally, bacteria in this group are mainly spore formers and are of importance in the food industry, especially in processed food. Then, second extensive factor is concentration of gases in environment. So this relates to the presence and concentration of gases in the food environment. The various microorganisms required for growth either high oxygen tension means generally aerobic conditions. Then low oxygen tension, that time microaerobic conditions, or absence of oxygen, that time aerobic conditions. The some microorganisms may grow either in high oxygen tension or in absence of oxygen, that is facultative anaerobials. Okay. And third extensing factor, okay, relative humidity. The relative humidity is the amount of moisture in the atmosphere or food environment. The foods with low water activity place at high humidity environment. Okay, take up water means increase their water activity and get spoiled easily. For example, dry grains stored in environment with high humidity will take up water and undergo more spoilage. Okay, thank you, students.